Alright, so for this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to tone your drawing paper to a mid-value gray in preparation for your drapery study. So the tools you're going to need for this, you're going to need your vine charcoal. So this is the brittle, kind of soft charcoal here. You're going to need your kneaded eraser. So this is this putty eraser here. And then you're going to need your compressed charcoal. So this is the harder charcoal, and preferably have a soft, medium, and hard, or a 2B, 4B, or 6B equivalent. And last but not least, you're going to need a soft paper towel. So first, we're going to start off by toning the paper to a mid-value gray using the vine charcoal. So again, that's the softer, more brittle charcoal. And to do this, simply break off a piece about 1 inch to 2 inches long, and you're going to use the broad side to cover the entire page, like so. So this may take a couple of sticks to get it completely covered. And this technique can get a bit messy, so I recommend doing it in a place where you don't mind making a mess. Alright, almost there. And just make sure when you're toning the paper to use the vine charcoal again, because if you use the compressed charcoal, it's not going to work as well when you're doing the highlights to using your kneaded eraser. Alright, so we got that covered. Next thing we're going to do is take our soft paper towel, and we're simply going to blend this out. So what we're looking for is a mid-value gray. So if you're to look at a value scale of 6 to 7 different value steps, you're shooting for the one right in the middle. And this actually looks pretty good already. And it doesn't have to be perfectly uniform. There can be some streaks in the paper that'll be covered up later when you start working with the compressed charcoal. Alright, that looks pretty good. So from here, you'll start your drapery study. So for this, I like to start off with the vine charcoal because it allows you to erase more easily. So you're going to simply, using line, draw the structure of your drapery. And you can even start blocking in your values. So the approach for this is to work from dark to light. So you're going to look for those darkest values first and establish those. And at this point, I'm actually going to switch over to the compressed charcoal, because you will notice after a while that the vine charcoal will start kind of flaking off the page. But the compressed charcoal is a lot better at grabbing the tooth of the paper, and you can get a much wider range of values of light and darks. And so you can blend with your paper towel, your fingers. If you got some paper stumps, you can use those as well. It's up to you. And as you're working, you may need to go in and reinstate your contour lines, because you'll notice as you're blending, you're going to lose the definition of those lines. So basically you're doing lots of blending, then going back in and reinstating your contour lines with the compressed charcoal. And again, we're working from dark to light. So looking for the darkest values or shadows first, establishing those, then working your way up to your lighter values and eventually your highlights. All right, so say I'm getting to the point where I want to start working on my highlights. So for that, you're going to take your kneaded eraser. So this is the kind of moldable putty eraser. And the good thing about this is you can kind of mold it into any shape or point that you like. And you're going to use this to establish your highlights in your drapery study. So since we tone the paper with the vine charcoal, we're actually pulling up that vine charcoal to reveal the white of the page to get our highlights. And so if you need to, you can kind of soften that highlight by blending it out a little bit. Basically going to be working back and forth with your compressed charcoal and your kneaded eraser to establish the lights and darks. So good luck.